Before starting the startup procedure on your system, make sure you are wearing your protective clothing, safety goggles, and nitrile gloves. Make sure all setup procedures have been completed prior to startup and calibration. Make sure that the chemicals are at the correct operating temperature, between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure that all valves are closed. This includes the valve on top of the nitrogen cylinder, the chemical inlet valve on the filter ends of both the red A chemical hose and the blue B chemical hose, the chemical outlet valve on top of both chemical cylinders, the nitrogen valve on top of both chemical cylinders, the chemical inlet valves and outlet valves on the mini proportioner, if so equipped, and the A and B chemical valves on the dispenser. Remove the mix cartridge plug if one is in place, but do not install a nozzle until the system calibration is complete. Turn the red and blue adjustment valves on the nitrogen regulator counterclockwise 2 full turns. On systems equipped with a mini proportioner, there will only be one regulator valve to adjust. Open the valve on top of the nitrogen cylinder and check for leaks. Adjust the red A chemical nitrogen regulator and the blue B chemical nitrogen regulator to 150 psi as a starting point by turning clockwise. On systems equipped with a mini proportioner, there will only be one regulator valve to adjust. Please note the A and B chemical cylinders have built-in pressure safety valves that will not allow the cylinder pressure to exceed 220 psi. Open the nitrogen inlet valves on both chemical cylinders. Open the chemical outlet valves on both chemical cylinders. Check for leaks and tighten any leaking fittings. Open the chemical valves on the filter end of the hose assembly for both the A chemical and B chemical. Check for leaks and tighten any leaking fittings. On systems equipped with a mini proportioner, slowly and at the same time, open the A and B inlet valves on the mini proportioner. Then open the A and B outlet valves on the mini proportioner. Check for leaks and tighten any leaking fittings. Position a trash can with a plastic liner in the work area. Make sure the mixing cartridge plug is removed. Open the A valve and the B valve on the dispenser. While aiming the dispenser into the trash can, pull the trigger on the dispenser for 10 seconds, dispensing the foam into the trash can liner. If your system is brand new, you may have to pull the trigger for a longer period to purge the air out of the hoses. If your system was put into storage after use with chemicals in the hoses, you may have to pull the trigger for longer than 10 seconds to ensure that the chemicals that were in the hoses during storage are fully flushed out by fresh chemicals from the chemical cylinders. Please proceed to the segment titled Calibration to view a video demonstration of the calibration procedures for systems not equipped with a mini proportioner.